YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Jack Vader here by my side as always, my main man Mando.
Hey everybody.
Mando, what's up, brother?
Good.
How's everything been?
Good.
So, what you been up to this week?
We've been playing some God of War 3.
God of War 3, awesome game, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we got all the rest of the God of War games. We're gonna get through that.
Yeah.
We also watched Ahsoka yesterday. How was that?
I liked it.
It was an awesome show, is it not? So we're having a lot of good time with that. And guys, I already talked about my knee. I tore my patella a couple weeks back, got surgery, and I'm mended up. I'm healing up, and everything's going well. But that's not what we're here for.
Yeah.
What are we here for?
We're here for the Star Wars Land Speeder.
Star Wars Vintage Collection Land Speeder. And man, this is one I've been wanting to do for a little while. So what I want to do is first, let's talk about this packaging, okay? Man, this thing, it looks outstanding. If you're a fan of the channel, you've been here before, you guys already know that I'm a big fan of the Vintage Collection packaging. This is a throwback to exactly how the things looked like when I was growing up. And man, they do a fantastic job of recreating the exact packaging that we all know and love. They've got the great dioramas up here. They always put the you know, whatever you need in there, the figures, and they set it up, take the picture, looks freaking outstanding. This was a Target exclusive. You had to get this at Target, but don't fret, guys. This is a reissue of an older mold. So if you can't get this one because the prices have climbed up on a secondary market, you can get out there on eBay and find one of the older models, and they all do pretty good. Besides, for the paint apps, you're really getting the exact same thing. Okay, I want to show you the side of the box. You got some play features. Bottom is going to show you a clip from the movie. And just a quick note, they're always going to show you this side in the movie because the other side is where they had the boom stuck in. They had a car driving along the side of it and give it that levitated effect. More pictures on the side with the play features. And of course, we got the Kenner logo and the Star Wars Vintage Collection logo. Man, it's made of corrugated cardboard, and I love this thing. Very collectible, very displayable. All right, guys, let's take a look at this little diorama we got set up. And the reason why we set this up, because Mando's real good at setting these up, for one. Two, I like to show you, like, whatever I'm reviewing, whatever I'm talking about, I like to show you that figure, that vehicle in its element. Mando, episode 4, tell us what's going on here.
They're buying R2-D2 right now.
And C-3PO.
Yep.
Okay, so R2 got the plans. He's down on Tatooine. We see the old man Hermit for the first time. Ben Kenobi, Obi-Wan, and he meets up with Luke and got the land speeder. So this is just a quick scene I want to show you. I know these two droids weren't there, but that's all I had as far as droids go. And man, it looks all good together. But now I want to get into what we came here for, the star of the show, the actual land speeder. Okay, guys, this thing overall is really good, okay, but it does need an upgrade. And the reason I say that is because, again, this is a reissue of an older vehicle, and it doesn't mean it's bad just because it's old, because they did put some new paint apps on it, but this thing just doesn't fit the Vintage Collection figures that well. Okay, I got Luke fitting in there pretty decent. I'm gonna show you here in a second when I try to put Obi-Wan in there with the robe and everything. It just doesn't fit. Also in the movie, they travel with R2 in the back, and they got C-3PO sitting back here. I don't even know how they fit him on there because it just does not fit. Other than that, this thing is pretty sweet. So let's go ahead and get Luke out of the way. This thing does not come with any figures, okay? These are all figures that I put in there just to show you how cool this thing really is, okay? So the first thing I want to show you is it does have this really cool, like, levitating suspension system, and man, it does the job. The tires are going to be clear plastic, and they just barely stick out halfway. And the cool thing about this is you can actually, it's got a gear shift in there. If you want to pull it back and over to the right, it's going to pull the tires out of the way. Okay, let's get that on camera with the tires coming out and then with them going back in. So once you get this appearance, you get a flat appearance, and you can just, you know, do the flying yourself if that's what you're into. But we don't really play with these too much, do we, Mando?
Yeah.
We play some God of War,
yeah.
We'll play some video games, but we do some lightsaber dueling, and we will dress up, but we do not play with toys. We just like to collect them, do we not?
Yeah. I just pose them.
He just poses them. So let's get the tires back out, set that down. Now let's talk about the paint job. And man, that's where this thing really excels, guys. This is right up there with the HasLab, minus a few little things they skipped out on. But man, starting right here in the front, all these scuffs, and just like the movie, man, that's accurate, man. That thing was all beat up. Mando, what happens on Tatooine with the sand?
It's rough and hard.
It gets everywhere, does it not?
Yeah.
And it gets all over this land speeder. So, man, it's all over the place. You got the scuffs all down the side. A lot of details going around the side. And this thing is, I mean, it's just pretty much exactly what you'd see in the movie. These dents, they actually molded some of these in. So it looks almost like the toy is broken when you look at it, but it's not. It's really cool how they did that. And they got the painted on scuffs here. You got one engine cover missing. It doesn't come with an engine cover, and that's just the way it is in the movie. My complaint here is I wish they would have painted some of these wires and some of these cables and put some more grime in there. Maybe some burnt, like you got here on the back. You got the little burnt area where the flames come out. Maybe if you'd done that on these as well, I would have liked that. Let's get a look at the cockpit this way. Okay, the cockpit. I wish they'd have weathered the seats a little bit more, put some more paint apps, especially in this area right here where the gear shifter is. It just looks out of place. It doesn't look painted. Maybe some customizer and get in there and do that. I'm not good with the paints. I'll just make it worse, so I'll just leave it at that. Okay, and my only real complaint with my copy, as you can see the third jet here in the center, the nacelle is actually warped. And that's because this is the way it was stored. This is that rubbery plastic that Hasbro just loves to use and I can't stand. What you would have to do is heat that up with a hair dryer, straighten that out, and eventually you can get it straightened out. I just have not gotten around to it, but that's not a big deal. But for the price I paid, I wish that would have been straight. I don't have to modify my toy right out of the box. So you got some more grooves cut in there, molded in there. Got some more scuffs, and going to the back. The only other thing that's left is these rear mechanical parts, and they're not painted, and I wish they would have been painted too. Other than that, this thing is all aces, guys. Like I said, if you want this version, and the reason why I went with this version, because I really like the boxes. It just brings me back to that time when I was a kid, because I did not have ability to get to these things. I was living in Italy at the time, all through the 80s. The only time you could get something like this was at the Navy PX. You could not afford these out in town because the prices were astronomical. Only rich kids would have them. So did not have any vehicles. I had Return of the Jedi Vader, I had Return of the Jedi Luke, and I had one Stormtrooper, and that was my entire collection from the vintage days. So it reinvigorated me when I saw that they were redoing the entire line with the modern bells and whistles. Man, it really makes me happy to see that stuff, and I do like to collect the boxes and display them in our game room. Is that right, Mando?
Yeah.
All right, so now I want to show you what I'm talking about. So I had Luke in here already, so I'm gonna put him back in. And this is the Tatooine Luke. This is from the Star Wars trilogy, predecessor to the vintage collection. And he fits in there pretty decent, okay? Now here's the situation with old Hermit Obi-Wan Kenobi. His robe is just gonna be too big, okay? And then his arms, they don't have these joints, they have these swivels. So he's kind of tough to get in there, and same thing with his hips. So what you would have to do is kind of try to bottle them up and stick them in there, and it just gets tough. So I'll try to show you on camera to show what I'm talking about, you know. And I'm sure you could get in there with a knife or something and tuck all that stuff in. It just doesn't look right, you know. I wish they would do something to maybe do a different kind of soft goods. I don't know, but this does not do the trick. And then add to the fact that you want to put R2-D2 back here. I don't know how they do that in the movie. They stick them like this, and then I don't know, man. They got C-3PO back here somehow sitting up. I don't know. But it just doesn't fit that way. So what I like to do is just put Luke in there, and I'll set old man Kenobi standing next to it in the vehicle when I got it set up. I'll set up my diorama on my shelf just like that. We're looking for a better sand color in there, right, Mando?
Yeah.
But until that happens, this is all we got. But there it is, guys. That's going to be your Star Wars, the Vintage Collection Land Speeder. Okay. So with that said, Mando, what do you think about this vehicle?
I really like it. I like how it looks.
Yeah. Episode 4, when you first saw it, did you think this was a cool vehicle? Or do you think this was kind of?
I thought it was cool.
You thought it was pretty cool?
I like how it looked.
And I always like to get that opinion from a younger guy, because you guys got a lot of CGI and a lot of cool stuff, and you guys got the CGI show and the cartoons. So when you see like some of the original trilogy stuff, I always ask you, does it look real? Does it? How do you feel about that? So this had a positive effect on you, right?
Yeah.
Cool. That's what I like to hear. Okay, guys. So with that said, that's going to be our review for tonight. We got a lot of good stuff coming. Okay, we got some sabers coming. Yeah. I got an entire pile of vintage collection stuff I'm trying to get to. But like I said, I had the knee injury, and I'm trying to work through that. Getting on my feet around. I'm back at work, and we're back reviewing.
Yeah.
So we're doing okay, right, Mando?
Yeah.
All right, guys. With that said, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. We're gonna play some God of War.
Yeah.
Which one are we playing?
Let's try to play some 3.
Let's try to play some 3. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and take us out tonight.
Okay.
Guys, may the sun always be in your face. May the wind always be in your back. May the force be with you. Love you guys all, and you have a good day.